Hey gamers, in this episode I'm going to introduce you to the first player for the Friday's subscriber Mutants and Masterminds campaign that I will be running starting next week. So with that, let's go ahead, jump on over, and meet him. Alright gamers, so here we are. This is the first player that we've got for our Friday game, for the Mutants and Masterminds subscriber game that I'm going to be running starting next week. This is Ed. Alright, so Ed's got a pretty cool character concept. We're going to dive over here into Roll20 and take a look at it, and he's going to walk us through it. Alright. Alright, Ed, so what did you start with? What is your character concept? What is your character about?
Well, I made a super genius boxer who kind of messed with the wrong people. That left him crippled, so he makes himself robot arms to go seek revenge on them. It's like the general concept of him.
Okay.
I named him Punch Drunk after the it's a condition boxers get when you get hit in the head and you feel dizzy afterwards. Could lead to dementia years later.
Okay. Now, how did you come up with that hero name? Is it something that the character is going to give himself, or is it something that maybe the people or the media are going to give you?
Yeah, that would be something the character gives himself because he takes a head injury when uh the goons of like the people he messed with when they come and attack him, they crack his head open. So he has like a bald spot in like the front of his head with like a scar going across it.
All right. Okay. Poor guy. I could just about imagine getting hit in the head. It leaves a scar like that.
Yeah, I drew some art of it. Did you see it?
I have not. Is it in the Discord?
No, it's on his bio on the Roll20 game.
Oh, uh, let me get to the bio sheet. Let's take a look at that. Oh, all right.
It's a very like neon 80s color palette because it's all the color pencils I had.
Okay. Now is that what he's gonna is that how he's gonna dress like color wise, or are you planning on making changes to the costume?
Well, just that's like a leather jacket, so just pretend it's black, you know.
Okay. All right. Oh, so is that a gas mask in the front there?
Yeah, he has a gas mask, both like hide his face and also for like its intended purposes.
Mm-hmm. Like tear gas and all that other stuff makes you immune to that. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I can dig that. That's kind of cool. All right, so let's jump into stats here. So let's look at abilities. So you got 26 points in abilities. Let's talk about how you distributed these.
Right. So he's a boxer and he's super smart. So I gave him 2 in strength, agility, fighting, and stamina, and 5 in intellect.
Okay, yeah, 5 intellect, definitely super smart.
Yeah. Um, Strength. I need that to hit people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's both like kind of like his natural strength and like also the mechanical arms give him that. Like
Okay.
because like if the mechanical arms go out, like if they get nullified, then he just can't use his arms. That's a complication, but he still has the other muscles in his body, so
You can
his strength
still.
doesn't go away. He can still like use his legs and stuff.
Okay. It's kind of a cool complication, which we're gonna get to here in a minute.
Yeah.
Let's look at defenses here. You have a pretty good spread of defenses. Everything, you're pushing caps, which is pretty good because it make you pretty durable.
Yeah, I wanted to be on parry toughness cap since he's a boxer. He's got to be good in up close combat. The toughness it comes from stamina. I have 2 ranks in defensive role, so if he's like tied up, he doesn't get that toughness.
Okay.
And 1 rank is from equipment. He's got a leather jacket, so that kind of protects him a bit.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, if you get into melee combat, you're going to be pretty well off.
Yeah, and I just like having the other defenses like rounded out a little more. So like nothing's like a glaring weakness, but also like nothing too strong. Besides his parry toughness, you know.
All right, looks pretty solid. Let's talk about skills. You have a pretty good spread of skills here. Quite the selection here. How many points did you spend in skills? 14.
Yeah. Let's see. Put 2 in acrobatics and 4 in athletics. You know, a boxer's got to have good balance and good athletics. You know, he's in shape. Close combat. That's for punching because that's what he does.
Okay.
Then we have the expertise. He's a mechanical engineer. He knows all sorts of things about boxing, and he knows a bit about the sort of going-ons of the criminal underworld. From how he's been like hunting down crooks ever since his accident, you know.
Understandable. Yeah, definitely something you would learn. You would learn, who's who and where to find certain people.
I put 2 points in investigation to kind of, because I had to search these guys out. I picked up on that, how to gather information.
Okay. Yeah, I can definitely see that. That works well.
And then let's see, technology, because I'm an inventor. You need technology. That's the skill for that. I took the inventor. What's it called?
Advantage.
Advantage, right? So gonna need that for that. Treatment. Put some ranks into there because I had to attach these arms to myself. So knowing how to do that would have been good.
Plus, to bandage yourself up too if you get hurt.
Right. It's good to know some first aid. And then vehicles, I put 5 ranks in that because I have a motorcycle.
Got to be able to ride well, especially under pressure.
Right.
All right, excellent. So let's go down here and talk about your motivations and complications.
Okay, so one complication is his disability. If my mechanical arms get nullified, I basically can't use my arms at all, which would really impede the crime fighting.
Yeah, that would suck.
My motorcycle is also a complication because it's a really nice motorcycle, so I'll kind of go out of my way to protect it. But I still like driving it around to kind of show it off.
Okay. What kind of motorcycle is it?
I don't know yet. No, that'll be something to think about later.
Okay.
And then his motivation is vengeance. He wants to get even with the people that disabled him.
That's definitely understandable, especially somebody that they potentially took your arms from you. You would want something in return.
Right.
Okay. And then we'll talk about the backstory here once we get through the rest of this, that we can kind of put all this together for you watching. All right. So let's go. So let's talk about your powers and devices.
All right. Well, my first power is the mechanical arms. They got damage and multi attack, so they let me hit harder and hit faster. They're not a device; they're implanted in me, so I started
Oh,
it like that.
okay, because so they're not removable at all.
Right.
Okay.
Um, I have a quickness limited to only mental abilities at 6.
Oh, so you could read faster. You can all those kind
Yeah,
of mental tasks you can do really
do
fast.
math in my head really quick.
Okay.
Be like 2 + 2 = 4 before anyone else could
Before they even
figure
think
it out,
about
I
the
guess.
first two,
Yeah.
you're already on to the next
Yeah.
problem. All right.
Got some spring boots. Give me some leaping and safe fall. They're also removable. I mean, not also. This is the first removable thing I've listed. So,
Okay.
anyways, I got a spy drone. That was a. It's got a lot of things tacked on there. It's a summon.
Mm-hmm.
It's controlled. It's a. I gave an additional standard action to activate. So I need that for standard action. Then another standard action that comes with having a summon. And then it will be up the next turn. So it would take 3 turns to get it going.
Okay.
It's whoops. It's I need to concentrate on using it and it's distracting because it's a drone. I have to like focus on using it to fly it.
Mm-hmm.
It's got like a control panel I have to use. It's got mental link, uh, so it's not like literally in my mind, but I'll like see what it sees on my visor, you know.
Okay. And that
And
ties into the helmet, which is next, right?
right. And then it's also removable because it's not physically attached to me.
So
And like
somebody
if
could like grab
yeah,
it out of the
and
air or something.
yeah, and if I'm like caught without my equipment, I'm not going to have access to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I put 3 ranks into it. But with all the flaws and everything, it wound up being only 1 point for the 3 ranks.
No. Okay, that's a pretty good saving, but also it's you have to. It's one of those things you really have to set up when you're going to use it.
Yeah, I don't have the stats for it on this character, but basically all it has is like 8 ranks of shrinking, flight, and dark vision,
Because I think
which
it's on your original character sheet you put over.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's on the one I posted in Discord. But
Also has immunity to fortitude.
right, because it's a robot.
Yeah. Dark
Yeah,
vision,
so
radio
like
hearing. It's winged. It's subtle too with flight too.
right.
Okay.
So it flies silently, but you can still see it.
Hmm. That's
So
kind of
yeah,
cool.
it's like 3 ranks of summon, but 2 of those ranks were to buy the immunity to fortitude, so it could be a robot.
Hmm. That's still pretty
Uh,
good. Pretty
yeah,
cheap for that little drone.
yeah, but it's also like really situational, you know?
Yeah, it's probably not something that you're going to want to use maybe in combat unless absolutely necessary. It's going to be like your scouting device.
Yeah, and even if I use it in combat, it's like I crash it into someone and that's it.
All right.
And then the my last device is the Echo helmet. It's got accurate hearing, and it kind of like turns the audio information into visual information, so I could see what sound like that episode of Batman the Animated Series.
Okay. I know what
Um,
you're talking about. I've seen that. That's pretty cool.
and it's removable.
Hmm.
Yeah, so those are all my powers and devices.
Alrighty. Some pretty unique stuff. I kind of like where you went with a lot of that. All right, on to advantages.
Uh, first thing, I have 7 points in equipment, which I guess we'll get to when we go to the equipment tab, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just move on. I got 2 ranks in defensive role for a little bit of extra toughness.
Mm-hmm.
I got power attack to attack with power. I got inventor. I'm to go for that super genius inventor shtick.
Okay, definitely a must-have.
I got a defensive attack. Uh, give me some more combat options. Improve critical on my fists. Improve smash to break things. I got instant up because I don't like being on my back.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a rank of improved initiative.
Better odds of going first.
Yep.
That's just
When that bell rings, gotta go.
Oh yeah, because being the one to throw the first punch that lands, it sets the stage for the fight.
Right.
All right, so let's talk about equipment.
All right. So got a multi-tool. So it's a -2 penalty instead of a -5 penalty if I try to make a check without the right tools. In case I need a wrench out there. You never know.
Oh yeah, you never know what you need.
Tommy Pickles always had a screwdriver in Rugrats, and he always needed it.
Oh yeah, it was used all the time.
Yeah, I imagine this game's going to be a lot like Rugrats.
Maybe. We'll see.
Can't wait for the Reptar fight. Anyways, I got a motorcycle. It's a nice motorcycle. I got a leather jacket for that. My little bit of protection. Got some smoke bombs.
Oh yeah,
So I can't be seen.
classic
I
Batman
got a
style.
cell phone. Yeah, I got a cell phone that it's got a computer, a video recorder, and a phone because it's a smartphone. So like this cell phone is 5 equipment points on its own
Mm-hmm.
because of all the functions I put on it, and I also put subtle, so it kind of like scrambles the signal so people can't listen in on my conversations if I don't want them to.
Okay, that's pretty cool. You're the first one to actually purchase a cell phone. But obviously
Uh,
yours is a little better than probably whatever everyone else is going to have, like the regular cell phone. Yours has got some extra functionality, which is kind of cool. I love how you thought in depth enough to make this purchase.
no, thanks. Yeah. I was just, I need my tech. I'm a tech guy.
Oh, of course.
I got a gas mask to kind of protect my identity and also protect my lungs. And then got a first aid kit so I could make those treatment checks.
Because you never know when you're going to get hurt, especially fighting crime is
You're
not always the safest thing to do.
pretty much guaranteed to be getting hurt.
All right. Cool. Well, that pretty much wraps up the character. Looks like you put a lot of thought into everything. Everything's purchased, thematically to fit the character concept. Question begs then: are you happy how the character turned out? Anything you would change if you had to do it again?
No, I really like how he turned out. I like I like gear guys. I like characters that have a kind of a nice spread of abilities that are like well-rounded. And I think this guy really fits what I like in a character.
Okay. So, like in game, what is like? How are you planning on role playing this guy? Like, what's going to be his attitude toward everything that's going on in the world?
Well, let's see. He would have been 9 years old. Uh, in 2009.
So obviously he grew up, even when he was a little younger, when superheroes were a thing. He probably had some
Yeah,
of the toys, the comic books, watching the cartoons, all that kind of
yeah.
stuff. And then in the
That
middle of
would
his
have left
childhood,
like a would have left a early impression on him. Would have made him think, I'm someone who has to take control of things on my own, just like the heroes. They have the power to do something and they use it to do something. So that would kind of be his attitude, Use what
hmm,
you can and do what you can.
okay. And then, okay, so let's kind of talk about backstory. We kind of touched on some of the points in your backstory during the going over the character, but kind of give us like a quick overview of character's history that's going to lead up to the start of the game.
All right. So his name's Connor Derry. He's 24 years old. He he's a mechanical engineer, and he has a garage where he works on cars, motorcycles. You know,
Okay.
he likes fixing up cars and bikes. But with this new all these new developments in technology, the kind of cars he likes to work on pretty much no longer exist in the world. So without a real option for money, he decides to take his hobby for boxing into the underground, see if he can make some money doing some underground matches. And he does. He fights pretty well until one day he gets asked, to take a fall.
All right. So, gamers, those of you watching, so Connor Derry, Punch Drunk, he's our mechanical armed boxer seeking vengeance on those that have wronged him. I hope you guys are excited to see him in the game, as it'll be starting next Friday. And I plan to record these game sessions that I will have uploaded a day or two after each game. So I hope you at home will tune in to check out those and follow along with the story. So we're going to be doing our next character creation here in just a few. Hope to see you in that next video.